Alrighty. Alright, so if you recall where we left off before, we were going over the land that was previously allotted to the people on the other side of the Jordan, right? The tribe of Reuben, and we had Gad, and we had, now I'm looking just to see who I'm missing, and then the half tribe of Manasseh, right? We have Reuben, Gad, and the half tribe of Manasseh. They had certain land allocated to them before the rest of the tribes went ahead and crossed the Jordan and acquired everything else. So since that acquisition, now they are divvying up everything, right? With guidance of Joshua, with the guidance of the Lord, they are going ahead and divvying up everything. So we're going to go into the inheritance of Caleb, right? We're going to go into the inheritance of Caleb, who comes from the tribe of Judah. Judah. I knew it was Judah, but then I do have trouble recalling Caleb. Okay, so yes, as we remember, Caleb was one of the spies that did not perish when they went to go discover this next land, right? He was in the group of the spies. He came back and he gave a truthful report, but he was not fear-mongering the Israelites, which the others were punished for, right? So the others were, inciting fear within the Israelite tribe, saying, oh, we're not going to be able to accomplish this. They're really scary, that sort of thing. Caleb, however, was confident and hopeful that they would go ahead and overtake the land with the Lord successfully. So Caleb does have a special inheritance, which we will learn about here today. And then, of course, the rest of the tribe of Judah. Let's go ahead and begin with chapter 14. Now these are the areas the Israelites received as an inheritance in the land of Canaan, which Eleazar the priest, Joshua the son of Nun, and the heads of the tribal clans of Israel allotted to them. Now the people of Judah approached Joshua at Gilgal, and Caleb's son of Jephunneh the Kenizzite said to him, you know what the Lord said to Moses, the man of God, at Kadesh Barnea about you and me? I was 40 years old when Moses, the servant of the Lord, sent me from Kadesh Barnea to explore the land, and I brought back a report according to my convictions. And as I'm starting this here, I forgot to go ahead and do the quote. Let's put just a bookmark in this for a second. Let's just read the quote to keep up with the continuity. What do we have here? Okay. Drinking when we are not thirsty, and making love all year round, madame. That is all there is to distinguish us from other animals. This is from Le Mirage de Figaro. Pierre Augustin Caron. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this name. I don't even know if this is correlated with this or not. Man, oh well. Well, let's read it one more time. Drinking when we are not thirsty, and making love all year round, madame. That is all there is to distinguish us from other animals. Making love all year round, not just on Valentine's Day. Sorry. So this, we're talking about mankind, and we're talking about the distinguishing factors, right? Something that sticks out to me is the abundance that we have, right? And of course the passion maybe we have for one another. And really, is that truly, we have to think about it, is that truly what separates us from other animals, right? The fact that we can build these amazing structures and have these systems put in place as a society, right? Is this really what forms, our human intention and, our nature? Maybe. But I guess it relates because we are talking about the formation of human society and the result or the product of human nature itself. So yes, again, we're going to go ahead and begin to settle into the towns. Time will only tell when, everything becomes peaceful, right? We'll see if we have a moment of peace. But knowing what we know from biblical texts is rarely recorded, right? Rarely recorded. It's always the events and the happenings. But hopefully soon, right? That should be coming very soon. But anyways, I did go ahead and preempt you a little bit. We're talking about Caleb, and he's talking about the report he brought back. The good report. It says here, then Joshua blessed Caleb, son of Jephunneh. Then Joshua blessed Caleb, son of Jephunneh, and gave him to Hebron his inheritance. Gave him to Hebron his inheritance. The allotment for the tribe of Judah, according to its clans, extended down to the territory of Edom, to the desert of Zin, in the extreme south. The boundary went up to Debir from the valley of Achor, and turned north to Gilgal, which faces the pass of Adamim, south of the gorge. It continued along the waters of En-Shemesh and came out at En-Rogel. And Caleb said, I will give my daughter Askah in marriage to the man who attacks and captures Kiriath-Sefer. Othniel, son of Kenaz, Caleb's brother, took it. So Caleb gave his daughter Askah to him in marriage. This is the inheritance of the tribe of Judah according to its clans. Hazar Gadam, Beshman, Beth Pelet, in the western foothills, Zenan, Hadashah, Migal, Gad, Ashdod, its surrounding settlements and the villages, and Gaza, its settlements and villages as far as the Wadi of Egypt and the coastline of the Mediterranean Sea. In the hill country, Cain, Gibeah, Timnah, 10 towns and their villages. All right. So this does jump around just a little bit, but if you are to read chapter 15, midway down chapter 15 in its entirety, there is way more than I just listed here in this moment, okay? It's very, very detailed, as we always discuss, and there's much more land that is mentioned. I would say tribe of Judah has quite the inheritance, a very, very large amount of land compared to the other tribes, which we will talk about their inheritance as well. But as far as land is concerned, they definitely got a good portion. But again, yes, if you read chapter 15, there's much more to be discussed. It even says at the end of 58, 10 towns and their villages just in the hill country alone. We just listed 3 of them. But anyways, Caleb talks a little bit about, I think there was some kind of clash. I kind of forget how it was going, but there was some kind of clash of some peoples, right? Some peoples still left over. And, there was a little bit of an issue with a part of the territory. So he said, I will give my daughter Askah to the man who captures so-and-so, or, this other tribe, right? So something went on there. You can go ahead and read if you'd like. Something went on there, and he marries off his daughter. So yes, right, we have a little bit of family life going on, kind of what things were like. We are going to talk a little bit more about the role of women in the Bible, or just in this time in general. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more tomorrow. But that's pretty much it. So we talk about Caleb and the tribe of Judah kind of all together, right? Caleb was seen as a leader of that tribe. And yes. That's pretty much it. He says he's 40 years old here. Yep. That's pretty much it, you guys. I'm a little sleepy. It's gray out. Feels like 6 a.m., but it's almost 9:30. Yes. Gotta get to work. Yes. We have off on Monday. That's great news. Banking holiday. Alright, you guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. Short little 10 minutes. we're going to go into the further chapters of Joshua, and we're actually going to break up each tribe's inheritance. So it might go by pretty fast. I might cover several tribes in one reading, or just go day by day, but we're going to break it up into sections just so we can meet that 12 section mark for each book. So that's what I have here. I was thinking maybe we can fit it all in 6 because it is a shorter chapter, but there is just so much that we'll have to cover with each of the tribes and their inheritance. It's best to break it up, or else this would have just been such a long 30-minute video like previous times. But yes, we'll break it up per tribe and what their said inheritance was. Alright, God bless you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.